Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Wednesday, I think September 26th, right? It's finale day for Big Brother 20. So, in my semi-brief, got about 10 minutes time to talk about Big Brother. Let's cover what's going to happen or what has happened. What's happened? Nothing still. Nothing much on the feeds. There was a couple people that posted. I haven't read them all, but I know one site that I think Dr. Will retweeted posted an interview with Dr. Will about the jury, and he couldn't have said much less. You know, will the house guests be swayed by this? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, won't it? Or, you'll just have to wait and find out. Oh, I'm sworn to secrecy. He pretty much said nothing except for watch Wednesday's show. I still think that JC will get voted out no matter who wins between Tyler and KC, which means that Tyler or KC will take the other to the final two. So let's get that out of the way. We'll have, I can't remember the exact order at this point. We should have the part one is the last thing that TV only viewers saw. It's the beginning of part one. So they'll probably show all of part one. Which is kind of funny because they did the memory lane and they already know who'd won part one at that point. So the chronological part is kind of tossed out of the gate. But they'll do part one. They'll show part one, which we know that Tyler won. Casey was hoping that he was going to throw it to her and he didn't end up. And he claims that he didn't realize she was close to dropping. No one really knows. It hasn't really affected him that much. I don't think it's not like Casey's going to go, that's like, you screwed me over. I'm not going to take you. They're fine. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Hopefully they're going back to their garage. Just pulled off the interstate and there's 3-4 construction vehicles coming down the road that I'm having to wait for now. And hopefully they're turning off the road just up here in a hair. Back to me talking. Those of you that enjoy me getting sidetracked. So, it'll come down to Tyler and KC. So we'll see the end of part one. We'll see that Tyler wins it. They may discuss about how I thought you were going to drop or whatever. Well, whatever. Then part two, I guess we'll have a little bit of scrambling, and then they'll do part two maybe. They may do the jury roundtable sometime during that. I'm not sure. That was recorded on Friday, so they certainly didn't know who was going to win the final head of household, or even part two at that point. So they may do the jury, or they may do the part two, and of course KC won that. And again, then they'll do the jury. So let's say they do part two, then they do the jury. And I have no idea what's going to happen there. It's going to be edited in such a way. First of all, they know that it's probably going to be Tyler versus KC. So they probably won't dwell on JC very much. They'll have Angela get introduced to the jury and sit down with them, I believe. And then they'll sit there and do their little Q&A. It'll be fairly... how are you going to vote, or what do you say? It will be back and forth. I don't think it will be a one-sided. You aren't going to have a feeling that Tyler's got it locked up. You aren't going to have a feeling that Casey's going to have it locked up. I do think you won't feel like JC was talked about a whole lot. I just don't. I think they will edit out any talk about JC that went on, or edit most of it away, knowing that he's probably not going to be in the final two. Then they'll have probably Julie bring out the first non-evictees, Swaggy and Caitlin and Steve and Rachel. Have them talk a little bit. Someone said, they're not going to talk to all of them, so who are they going to ask questions of? I would say that definitely Swaggy and Caitlin will get some questions. I don't know if we'll hear much from Rachel and Steve. They might hold off on Steve until the rest of the jury, until the jury's out, and say, by the way, Steve is a cop. I don't know. I don't know if they'll even touch on that. They may not. We only have 90 minutes. This will be on after the premiere of Survivor. So it'll start at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So they'll do the non-jury, then they'll probably show part 3, I think. Yeah, I don't think they'll do part... Yeah, they don't do part 3 while the jury's on the stage. So they'll do part 3... Or they'll do they'll do part 3. Tyler will take... Maybe... Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have said that. Maybe they won't have the first... I don't remember if they do the jury or not. This doesn't matter. All right. Focus, Mike. Get us back on track. Doesn't matter when the non-jury comes out or not. They'll get JC evicted. Casey or Tyler will win part 3. They'll take the other. They'll get JC evicted. JC will come out. I don't remember if she talks to Julie or not. But then they'll bring out the jury. They'll have JC join the jury. Then they'll do the Q&A with Tyler and Casey. They'll do their pleas, and they'll have the vote, and we'll have our winner, and they'll have America's favorite player, and blah, blah, blah. Show's over. There you go. Now, who do I think is going to win? Well, I've said it before. I think Casey has the stronger chance to win. Am I 100% sure? No, not at all. But I do believe that if she presents her argument, well, that's part of it. You know, we talked about this on Saturday. Someone asked us, do the speeches make a difference? Well, the speech might make a difference this time. It might be enough to sway. If Casey, who is not very comfortable doing things on camera, if she kind of crumbles, it could hurt her game. We'll have to see if she brings it, or if she, kind of folds under pressure. Casey's argument, she's had a very good social game. In other words, she hasn't... The only biggest argument, and I meant to mention this on Saturday, but her biggest argument was Rockstar, when Rockstar accused her of lying, which she was lying. But that was her only real big argument. Now, Tyler hasn't had a ton of arguments, but he's made a lot of promises he hasn't kept. It'll be interesting to see how he defends that. Does he say, well, I never approach these people, they all approach me, which is what Scott on Saturday was saying? Or is he just going to say, hey guys, I had to do what I had to do to get where I had to be, da-da-da? I don't know. Not sure. Comp-wise, they can't say I won a bunch of comps. They can. Tyler won, I think, 3 head of households and 3 power vetoes. Casey won only 1 head of household, but she won 5 power vetoes. Tyler had this secret power app that he never told, he finally told people about, but he hadn't told most people about. But he didn't win that. That was a popularity vote. KC won another competition. So she actually won more competitions than Tyler until we get to the final head of household. So they both won another competition, part of competition. They could use that final head of household. Casey could say, I won 2 head of households. Tyler could say, I won 4 head of households. It'll either put Casey 1 competition ahead of Tyler, 2 if you include the hacker, or it'll put Tyler even with Casey if you include the hacker comp. I don't know if they're going to do that kind of a math. They may. And, so Tyler was nominated, I only think, was Tyler nominated twice, maybe? Yeah, twice. There's a technical nomination today. This is my little super technical Mike part, where we don't have to worry about it this season because obviously everybody's already been nominated at least once. But whoever doesn't win this final head of household is technically nominated. If Casey wins part 3, then Tyler's been nominated another time. If Tyler wins, then Casey's been nominated another time. JC will obviously automatically be nominated because he's not eligible to win this last part. That's just a technical nomination, but it is a nomination. They show up as a nominee. You can Wikipedia it. So, I think Casey's going to win. I think Tyler will win America's favorite player, although I could be wrong. The Vegas account has said that it's really at the producer's discretion on who gets America's Favorite Player. They don't have to follow the public vote. I think they lean towards giving it to someone that was near the top of the public vote, but they don't have to follow it. Everybody's been saying it's going to come down between Tyler and Haley. I don't know. I think Tyler will win it, but maybe he won't. Maybe it'll be Kate. Maybe it'll be Haley. And if Tyler gets second place, will producers go like, you know what? We should give America's Favorite Player to somebody else that will satisfy the other side. Like, give it to Haley, because she's from the losing alliance side. No clue what they're going to do. I won't be surprised if either Tyler or Haley win America's Favorite Player. I'll be a little bit surprised with Haley. She hasn't been on much. We haven't seen her for several weeks at this point. And so, that's what I got, folks. I'm not going to talk about Big Brother UK today, pretty much because I'm arriving at work. Other than to say that, yeah, they've brought Big Brother US to Big Brother UK, and that 6 people are going to get to compete for basically a power of veto. Except for you don't replace anybody, you can just save a person. So, yeah. 6 people get to compete, and they are picked by the person who has the most amount of big coins. So the person with the most amount of big coins is the de facto head of household in some ways, and then he automatically gets to pay, and yes, it's a he automatically gets to play for this power to save somebody, and he gets to pick who else gets to play. That's a lot of power. So, yeah, I don't know. It is very Big Brother US-ish, and I'm not sure I'm crazy about it, but they aren't nominating. They're just getting to save one of 3 people. One of the 3 people is picked by the public, in which they don't know that. So that's what's up there. I guess that'll be shown tomorrow or on today's show, which today and tomorrow. There's only 2 more days until the next eviction on Big Brother UK. We'll talk about that more later. Lastly, Jacqueline asked if the vote to save would have made a difference in Big Brother US. Sure, yeah, it'd make a big difference in how it's played. The boring characters get voted out on voting to save. The characters who don't have much following. They don't have much following. They don't have many people voting for them. So they get voted out. So the polarizing characters are the ones that last in general on a vote to save. Because even though they may not have the biggest fan base, they have the people that are more passionate about them. People that are just, I like all these people. They don't get to stay. So I don't know if Casey would have made the top if it had been a vote to save. I don't know. I would think that there were several votes this year, and I'd have to go back and look at who was nominated. They could have gone the other way if vote to save had been the way that things went. I do think that. I do think several people wouldn't have made it would have come out differently. So I hope that answers your question. It's kind of sorry if I don't have a specific answer. I should have had all the potential different combinations up there of people that were nominated, but I don't plan ahead for this kind of stuff. So there you go. That's what's up, guys. And I have arrived, and prepare for tonight. There will be backyard interviews afterwards, I think, on Facebook. I don't know if Pop TV's showing them or how they're doing it, but they'll have Josh there recording them. So, yeah, it'll be a long night. And then tomorrow we'll have our final Big Brother Gossip show. So you can tune in for that. And with that, I will tell you, have a good day. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow. See ya. Bye-bye, everybody.